Yes, hello. Yes. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Greetings and hello. Greetings and welcome to you, brave No, this isn't working. Hold on. Just turn my chair. Hello. Greetings and welcome to you, brave citizens of our new world. I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terrawat. This is LA 3.1 work area. And today we're going to try doing, like, some crafting. See what's up. Yes. Behold. Fucking Christ, man. I don't have two webcams, and the one camcorder that I have, I don't have, like, the connector cable, the thing that goes into the AV slot there, and, like, goes to USB, so I can't use my camera like a camcorder, unfortunately. Excuse me. But yes. Yes, today we're going to be starting on the Mark V Gauntlet, just the left, as we're doing tests and whatnot. So I apologize that we're not going to be doing stuff like you're not going to be able to see my face, and there's not going to be a whole lot else going on. It took me like a while to try and sort this out because I couldn't find the like connector cable for the camcorder, and B, I couldn't figure out how to like connect my two computers so that like my mouse would run from one computer's monitors to the other, and I can like drag windows over and stuff like that, like they'd be sort of connected in that regard. But I did migrate a bunch of the stuff, so like the webcam's over here, the mic is now over here, and some other things are now on this side, hooked up to the editing computer, which is good. Because then that means I can still hook up like the mic to other things going forward. So like when we have Discord, it's going to be coming out of the editing computer, not my gaming PC. And when I'm doing some other stuff, it's going to be, you know, kind of one to the other. And it's going to be freeing up the gaming PC a lot more so that its processing isn't worrying about the streaming software and Discord and everything else. It's just focusing on the game and then exporting that image to the other computer. So that's going to be nice. Well, your boy's here if you want any tertiary well, I mean, I wish I could, but I don't have any speakers hooked up to this computer. So any sound that you would make would fall on deaf ears, my man. I also don't have Discord yet hooked up on the editing computers, so it's just going to be us making stuff today. Now, here's a cool thing that I want to show with you guys. We got this 3D printed. Behold, it is the forearm piece for the left arm, the new Mark V Terrawat Gauntlet. Bam, 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 bam. Check that shit out. Yeah, ooh is right. So we had this made by a lovely fellow. He helped me design and render this from the UK. Like, I sent him some 3D models, and then he cleaned them up and made them usable for 3D printers. So this goes on like so, right? Fits on the arm like that. Now, on the elbow area, just in the back there, right about here, you're going to see that there are these four fun little things that sit there. These little nubs, because there is an additional piece that didn't fit in the printer that attaches right to there using these little jobbies. Also, I don't have the plasma board parts yet, so today this is what's going to be going into the gloves. We're just going to be working today on like the mounting. This is going to be a relatively short stream, but these are the new tubes that are going to be attached to the gloves. These are filled with the krypton gas, and when activated, they have like a white lightning that comes up into them. So that's cool. I might sort of cut apart one of the other projects that I've got over on the side and like hook this up to it so that you guys can see how that works. Actually, you know, let's fucking run some tests. I love running tests, so we're just going to quickly take this. This is a plasma globe. It's a bit dusty, but as you can see, it's got the parts we need underneath it, and a connector, and a bunch of other really radical stuff. Radical! Specifically, that. This little, like, bit of wire with the silvered, like, contact that's hanging in the open there. That goes up inside this thing and makes it go nuts when it gets turned on. But alas, that part isn't good, so we need to remove it. I'm just going to grab my side cutters. Very typical tool. I'm going to clip that right off, and then boom, there we are. Now this isn't bad, because you've got like a copper ground built into there that you can see, like copper plating. And then that's just the battery bay, and it comes with like these three little like tripod jobbies, which are really, really fucking cool. But I don't have a need for them anymore, because I might be putting this on the front of a ray gun. But for the purposes of testing, we are just gonna hook this bad boy up and see how it go. So the first thing you're gonna notice is that the connectors on the bottom here that normally go to the rest of the circuit or to a power thing or whatever, that needs a different mounting, because this does not come out well. I'll need to use like a straight hook. Mount that on the wall later. Instead of using a hook, use one of those. Cool. So get your wire strippers. Don't forget Krypton gas. Yeah, I know. And everyone was like, "Oh, Krypton like Superman." I'm like, no, it's a real fucking thing. Before I decided to make some shit about it. Dr. Terrawad coming at you with the real science. So we just want to strip these real quick, real easy. Right? Let's get a little bit of exposed copper going here. Now you will notice something as I'm making prop that I like to go a little fast and loose sometimes, and more often than not that works for me, but in a rare few occasions that has cooked off pieces of my arm, which thank God grew back. Yeah, time to make stuff. So there you go, I got my two wires, and I know it's not like great quality. I want to be able to like hang the camera down a bit closer to the table so you guys can like really in detail kind of see more of what I'm doing here, but the sort of the mounting for the camera is kind of like way up there. But yeah, so I've cut these two wires and I've stripped them, so you kind of have like an idea as to what we're looking at here. Yeah, at least I got better, Willow. At least you got better. Right, so I want to just like tilt this just a touch. There we go. So then that's there we go. That's like the edge of the table right there. Good. So y'all can see what I'm getting up to and see less of like the pile of batteries that I have here. But these are going to be important in just a second, because these lovelies are very cool. This is a 12-volt DC lithium-ion pack that I got off of Amazon, and it comes with a real handy switch at the top there, and then this lovely connector that you can get, which is nice, because it just plugs and unplugs, and then you can stick this into like one of the many chargers that I have sort of hanging on the lab wall there. Plug it into a wall and it charges. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now what we're going to want is one of these female connectors. I've gotten a bag off camera. Now I don't know which of these is the positive and which one's the negative, because there's one of these wires has like some white on it and the other one doesn't. You kind of can't see it because the light's really bright, but you can kind of see it there. One of them's got like a white stripping on it and the other one doesn't, and boy, they don't tell you which is which. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our jewelry screwdrivers, which should be in this little thing that I've got here in my lab, but it's looking like I moved them, or someone moved them, to a different spot, which is infuriating. Where are my tiny... Oh, there they are. I moved them all up here because I wasn't sure when or if I was going to have the opportunity to use them again. Alright, cool. So I'll put those back in the little bucket where they belong. So now what's handy about this is it comes with two little screw-on things, which you can't see because the camera's not going to focus on it. That's okay. But it's got the two spots where you put the cables in, and then the two little screws on top where you can just stick that in there. So we just jam the wire in until it's all the way up to the rubber jacket, and then we just screw that down. And then once again on the other side, jam that in. Just fucking jam it in there all the way up to the rubber. Something sex joke. And then we just boop, screw that down. Bam. So now, real easy, we've got a connector without having to do any soldering. And that's important if you're running tests, which I love to do. So that's off. Good. We're going to connect this. Please don't kill me. All right. The switch is in the on position, I think. We're just gonna turn this like that. And contact. Okay, nothing. Please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. And contact. Okay, so that means that we likely got the cables wrong. We're gonna unplug this, we're gonna unscrew these, and we're gonna switch sides. Which is awesome. Oh no, never mind. The both of them have fucking white stripping on. God. Who ever. Alright, so we just want to turn that like that then. We want to have negative on this side now. Doc, when you're asking them not to kill you, should probably alter your methodology. I mean, yes, but also at the same time, no. It's just a thing that I have to deal with. I lead a very charmed life. I had a glass of water explode on me once. It's not really like a story. It's just a thing that happened to me. All right. So let's try this side. Contact. Nope. Okay. Good. Good. Now I'm positive that's the on position. Please don't kill me. Okay, here we go. Oh, it works. Dope. All right, so sweet. We're gonna shut that off. Blam. Check that shit out. Huh? Look at that. That the raddest shit in the world? Oh, geez. It's reacting to my voice a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear it. See that shit right there? Huh? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dr. Terawatt's creator stream. This... Right? Yes! Esteban, make it gayer. At the very least, invest in rubber gloves. I got better than... Actually, I don't have better than rubber gloves. I don't have any... I mean, my other actual costume gauntlets are made out of some really radical shit, so I might need to look into making those a thing. So, this is good. Hey, science! Hey, look at this! Dog and his toy plasma globes. Supervillain, his little stick is making lightning sit up and beg. Nanny the fuck. Yeah. Boom. So I like how, in this particular instance, they have a particular, like, there's neon gas in here, but it's contaminated with copper, which is how you're getting that green sort of near the base of the lightning. And then it turns to like a blue and then a pink near the outside. So that's radical that they've got just the smallest amount of copper contamination in that gas. That's really cool. All right, so now here's where it very technically gets so dangerous. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You might watch a death live on air. We're gonna turn this over, right? So power's off. It's all good. We are gonna very gingerly remove this wire from here, right? We're gonna bring it over. Please, please, please do not hurt me. Okay. Gotta respect. Whammon. There it is. Okay, good. Good. Now, we're going to effectively just entangle that with the new thing. Okay. Move that away. Move that away. Now, I'm going to go ahead and back way the fuck up. Before I do that, though, let's get a tiny electrical clamp. Where are my electrical clamps at? Where are all the electrical clamps at? Probably in my other tool chest. I haven't been making stuff in a while, so I got some of my stuff's been put away. Is it in there? No. Is it in here? Nah. Yeah. Ah, there they are. Go. Perfect. So here's let me tell you why I'm concerned. Because see, it's a red clamp just because it's live. There we go. That'll just hold it in place to make sure that it's on there nice and tight. This tube has not been tested yet. So, and it's also been handmade by a guy in the States who then sent them up to me. Yeah, non-contaminant krypton gives off like a pale blue light, I believe. Nipple clamps. It's okay, Doc. We won't shame you. Doc, wait! Here's the thing. This hasn't not only been tested, but the 12 volts that we're about to launch through this visibly much smaller container could be... Like, I don't know if the amount of electricity I'm about to pump through this container is going to breach containment and either break the container or start arcing towards everything else that's in the lab. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take a step way back and contact. Nothing. Okay. That is a relief. All right. It's also concerning because I need this to do things for me. Is that it? Nope. Okay. Oh, that's not good. I mean, is it just because it's in the open? Does it need the insulation, do you think? I mean, it doesn't need to be soldered on. It's right on there. Maybe it is too much and it's just the resistors are keeping it off. Damn. Alright, well, let's sliggity slide that off there and put this back in here, and let's see if that was, in fact, the problem. Okay, so it does run when it's in here. Kablam. So that's pretty cool. Are you ion filtering the gas? Doc buddy, what's the glass? Oh no. You know, playing with electricity, it's not a good idea to skip steps. What happens if he doesn't? Phew. Alright, I can breathe again, that's nice. I enjoy not seeing our evil overload get exploded. Test twice, build once. Well, yeah, no, I test all of the things that I'm using for functionality, not necessarily for safety. I mean, I want to make sure it doesn't breach containment, but the only way I'm going to know that this is going to work is if I breach containment, like if I run it like that. Now, here's another thing we could do, because we have ourselves an active ion source and the thing that we want to test. I'm going to get some of the gloves that I've got. We're going to run a little test. Boy, this is dangerous. Oh boy. Alright, so we're just gonna slide on the Mark IVs here. Here we go. Alright, so we got the Mark IV glove on. Good. That's gonna keep us safe in the event that this explodes. Please don't. Okay, so it's not giving me any reaction at all. That's not good. It should be giving a reaction. Unless I have to pump like an inordinate amount of electricity through this thing, which I don't think I do. Interesting. Next craft stream, Doc makes himself an improvised blast shield. I was just, where's my earth-shattering kaboom? I had a Wile E. Coyote with a dynamite plunger. He'd rename the stream to Meanwhile at Acme Labs. Yeah, tell me about it. Oh my god. So this is a touch concerning because this is a working unit. Let's move that. Move that. it's a working... This is a working unit, so this functions, right? Like, it works, and it's actually working great, the fact that it's hooked up like this, and it doesn't seem to have any other troubles. If I wanted to get real nuts, what I could do is work in this voltage regulator, which will tell me actively how much power is left inside this thing, and I've got like a little instruction manual on how to like calibrate it to a 12-volt DC lithium ion, like that. So let's open up another one. Freesh. There we go. So that's the packaging that it comes in. A lot of bubble wrap from the dude in the States. What sucks is I paid an awful lot of money that you guys donated in order to get these tubes made and sent here. So if they don't work, that's bad. Or at the very least, I'm gonna need to find out how to make them work because they are sealed. You kind of can't see as much, but in there, that's sealed glass, both sides. Oh, you could almost see it there for a second. Come on. Come on. Anyways, it's sealed on both sides, so it should function. Just gonna roll you gently over here. Nothing. No reaction. Well, easy way to test that would be just to... Okay, so then that's not a problem. Let's try this. Move you over there, right? Shut that off. Okay, so it's been deactivated. Everything's still in the right setting. We've got this, but instead of putting it against the other connector, what we're going to do is we're going to put it against another smaller plasma globe that I've got sitting here because I got a lot of these kind of lying around in the lab. We're just going to insert that. Bing, bing, bing. Good, good, good. Lay that down. And we are facing actually the same problem as the last one, so I'm just going to take a step back. Contact. It does work. So it does work outside the unit. Whoa, that's a hot tomato. Okay, hot. Woo! Bang, bang, boom. Blam, blammo, kablam. Zap, zap. All right, dope, 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 dope. But you can see that, right? Like, that's pretty wild. Cool. So what's the problem? Yeah, so we do make food. Wow, the air smells like fucking ionized particles now. So we do now make food. Meal bag. Shit. This is not good. This is not good. So let's try this again. Let's connect you with you. Clamp. Put you down. Still nothing. See, like, it's the... Is it because it's DC voltage? Is it because it's not enough? Like, how much juice do we need to get a reaction out of this bad boy? I don't want to run the risk of connecting a bunch of things. Get this thing running, but... Let's say, suffice to say, I'm disappointed. I will need to send an email to that guy and ask him if he has any other information that may be illuminating to our current predicament. But in the meantime, blam, we got this bad boy running. And that's going to look sexy on the front of the ray gun for sure. Like, that's some dope shit right there. And I could even overclock this a little bit if I'm going to be running it in short bursts, like just like blam, 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 blam. Like every time I pull the trigger, like it makes contact. I could, Mr. Zapman, I could, thank you for that clip, Steve. You're fantastic. I could set this up to, because like the resistors and everything on the board should hold if I'm running it in short intervals. There was this one time I had this really cheap, like, 6-volt board that I was running on a 12-volt adapter, and it like lit up like crazy, and it ran like that for like a half hour straight before the resistors on the board like burnt the fuck out. So yeah. Oh dang, what's this? Tomberry's resubbed and Prime for 10 months in a row. I'm here, sorry, don't worry about it. Hello. So wonderful to see you. I'm sorry you can't see me all that much right now because I'm not on screen. I could get like a little mirror to stick down here to like talk to you guys. That would be funny. So now, if I wanted to mount that, let's get this out. A quick second. So I've got like a plasma rifle over here. Clonk, because I just have a lot of these lying around. And I could mount. Oh, and it almost like fits in here perfectly. What with the plastic mounting that's on the bottom here is really nice. If I could shave it down a little bit, I could just like slide that right in there. Oh, it's like a match made in heaven. And then slide that on the top. Bingo bongo. We would have to shrink that down a great deal. It would require a lot of grinding. But then, there you have it. It's a ray gun. Boom. It lights up on the front. Isn't that the raddest shit? That's dope. Oh, man. Oh, and then I got the cover plates for it as well, right back here. So I could, like, I could paint this piece, like, white. If I dry brush this with a silver, and then just install that piece of armor on the outside of it so you can't see the electronics on the inside. Maybe, like, put the Dr. Terawatt logo over there, which I have a couple of Dr. Terawatt medallions kicking around over here. Yeah, that's right, medallions. I know y'all be like, what are you talking about, Doc? That sounds fucking amazing. No, don't do that. Or you could be like Eric Andre right now, like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? you sound fucking crazy. When I had the armor printed for like a couple extra bucks, they also printed me a bunch of these little like Dr. Terawatt medallions, and I could set them into the armor right there on the sides of the gun. And then you just paint over the top of it black, and then boom, you have Terawatt brand laser weaponry. Kablam, 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 kablam. Like, is that not rad? Are you not entertained by how fucking cool this is? Bazoosh! Man. I used to walk around a junkyard blowing up stuff with a car battery, so I can't judge. I feel conniptions. Grinding people? No, it's not people, don't worry. That's pretty radical, Doc. Thank you, Tonberry, for believing in me and thinking the random, ridiculous shit that I get up to is funny and interesting. But yeah, one of the other things I could do if I really wanted to is like I said, I could set this meter in to the device so that when the power's on, when the battery itself is on, but it's not engaged on here because I'm not pulling the trigger, it will actually tell me like what the power is left in the battery, which I think is super cool. Because I got a couple of these off of Amazon and they're really awesome. I have a couple of other ones, but they're super fucking weird. Yeah, blam, 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 and that just fits right in the front. I feel like that's like fate making up for the fact that this is the fucking tubes didn't work out and they were so expensive. At the very least, I found like a perfect part for my fucking plasma gun. Such a good boy. Rad. I also believe in the Geneva Convention, and immolation via ionization is a big no-no. Penis metaphor. Doc Pet and his ray gun, spun it up. Sensor. It's pretty radical, Doc. Oh, we believe you. Very much so. So yeah. So maybe I'll work on this tomorrow. instead of trying to do more of the shenanigans involving these things. But just in case, the tubes that come in can be used with either or. Let's... You know what? I know I can get it working. Like, I got the setup and everything over here. It's just a matter of disconnecting it from there, connecting to the other one. Yeah. Okay. Fucking... Alright. Look. Okay, half a sec. So, this is the plasma ball that I was trying to get set into the front of the gun, but was having some problems. Right? So let's go over here. Let's unplug this. Boop. And let's plug it into the main intake port over here. And then activate. And it glows. It's very bright and it's super blue, but it kicks out after a few seconds. So it's on and it works and it's awesome, and then it dies. And I don't know what the fuck its jobby deal is here. But what I can do is just fully disconnect it from the rest of the circuit here, and I'll show you the circuit that I mean. Oh, I don't even need to. Just unplug it. Blam. So that's what I was looking at. I got this out of like a thrift shop, like a Value Village. It was like in a volcano and set up, and you could plug it into the wall, and I just like cut the volcano apart. A lot of acrylic dust, but we got this, which is cool, which I just need to figure out. So that's that. So now we know that this works when it's just hooked up to the battery, right? So now I've got a little circuit here that I'm going to show you. That's a little complicated, so it's going to take me a second to untangle all the fucking wires. There. Okay, so ding. Here's our other end here. So we have another male connector, which we can then attach to the female connector that we've put onto the side of the device. What we've got here is a built-in power switch that actually fits into the armor of this, like near the top back over here, right? So there's a power switch there that we can turn off and on in the event that we need an off and on switch. So that's there. Then we've also got the battery monitor, which is built in. And then the rest of it, it's got a few soldered connections here to like attach these two objects into the circuit so that if it's on, ding, it works. And we are at 10% power, which you can't see. Oh, that's going on to 9. So I'm gonna like bring this up here. 8, 7%. But it's holding. You will notice that it is holding. So all I would need to do if I wanted to make this complete is put an additional... Ouch! Wowie! That's hot. Ooh, she bit me there. Got a little zap touching the sides where the connectors are exposed. Doc, you weenie. What we could do is put in an additional switch at this point in the circuit, right before it reaches the orb, run a wire back to the trigger on the other side here, and then run it back in. So then, there you go. Ta-da. So that's what we're looking at for that. Boom. Oh, and then this lovely little battery pack here, I've made out of the little piece that goes in the bottom. Yeah. Electrocution count 1. Thanks, Spell to someone. So there's this little piece that goes in the bottom, right? That like slides in on the front, and then there's a little screw in the back that you use to like put it on, and it's just this little thing here that it used to bring out a battery tray. Now I got rid of it, ground out the inside of this thing so that that's open, and now I can like slide that battery right in there. All I need to do is grind out the last like few pieces that are in there. Like you see these little nubs that are in there, right? I just gotta grind those out nice and easy, and then I'll be able to actually like seat this power pack right in there so that it will literally have like a power source that loads into it and unloads manually. And shit, I could knock this out in like an afternoon. Probably gonna do it tomorrow because I don't think these bad boys are gonna work. If they don't work hooked up to a larger system like this, then I do not know what it's going to be required in order to get them to function. I have to contact that guy and be like, what the fuck? I don't look forward to that. Either way, let's unplug this. Take the battery. Let's put the battery over there. Take all these electronics. Let's take that. Unplug that. I'll take this. And this is quite good. All it would need is like some minor modifications around the base of that like ring, and it fits so perfectly in here. Like again, like it's like a match made in heaven. I'm so happy about it. There's just a handful of things we'd have to like modify around the edges. Anyways, I'm gonna go put this on the bed because I need this out of the way, and I don't have a lot of room in the lab right now. Grab this. Yeah. There we go. All right. Dope. Dope. We're gonna put the strippers back. Wire strippers, not strippers. I'm gonna put the side cutters back. I'm gonna move these and put that over there. Boom. All right. Yes. I got our space back. What type of batteries is Doc using again? Because anything with lithium you need to be especially careful with. I've seen what happens when a lithium polymer battery catches fire. Oh, shit. Mercenary, we don't have to worry about that. Thank you, Willow. You're very sweet. We'll get him a Phantom of the Opera mask to hide the facial burns. If anything, it'll just heal. Like, okay, so one of the things that happened a long time ago is I had like one of those plasma boards basically on a table with the wire facing straight up, and I had a bunch of these smaller globes with different gas mixtures in them, and I was sort of like moving them around and trying different ones out. But what I would like do is put it on, turn it off, turn it off, like turn it on, turn it off, and then be like, okay, so that's what that one looks like. Take it off, and then put on the next globe. Turn it on, turn it off. And at one point, I wasn't paying enough attention. I turned it on, took the globe off, and then I reached over to like grab the next one, and on the inside of my arm, right there, right about here is where it caught me, and it cooked a piece off of me about the size of a toonie. The $2 coins that you can get in Canada. And yeah, that was a hole in my arm for like a week, and then it healed miraculously, and I don't even have a scar. It's weird. Nanites indeed. Anywho's, so one of the other things, we're gonna throw the base of that in the garbage and put the other paneling for the rifle over there. We got these. Those are the things we're doing. Science, boys and girls. Yeah, O is for off. That's why it's an important thing to remember. O is for off. So this is what is going to be the housing for our tubes. Our tubes are going to sit basically in like that, and then that's going to sit on the top of the gloves. The reason why it's so long at the bottom is because I want to protect that glass connector that you can see across the bottom there. So we need something long enough that goes onto it like that. And then you have 3 parts that are needed for that. It also needs to be this wide at the base in order to accommodate some of the electronics that are going to be attaching to this in the event that any of it fucking works. So yes, there we go. Now, one of the things we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grind out a little bit on the inside of this so that the glass can sit just ever so slightly recessed into this here, and we don't have to worry about it rattling around, and we can just glue it right in there and it'll be nice and solid. And then this piece we're going to glue into there, and then this piece we're going to glue onto there, and it should hold. Now, we're not going to be using any kind of like fancy glues, because there's lots of different polymers you can use out there that seal PVC piping, but no siree, Bob. We're going to be using good old-fashioned hot glue. Now, I know what you're thinking, Doc. If you moor 2 pieces of hot glue together, or 2 pieces of PVC pipe together using just hot glue, that's not going to work out so great, because if they get wet, they are going to release from each other. And under normal circumstances, I would agree with you. But what we're going to be doing today is a little technique that I learned when making stuff. Because like my previous gloves, the Mark IVs and the Mark Vs were made with PVC piping and other plastics just held together with hot glue, and it was fine. Like, even under extraordinary amounts of water, they still held together well. So we're going to be taking out this bad boy as a Dremel. It's going to get a little loud. And a disc. and we're going to be scoring. This is a fun little job we're going to do. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to go along here and we're just going to score some lines into the smaller piece, and we're going to score some lines into the larger pieces as well. So that when we like pour a lot of hot glue in there and then seat them together, it's going to hold them all into one piece. So fingers crossed that that works. Now, Dremel's fun. You're going to hold that little catch button there, and then you're going to grab, in this case, our needle nose because they're the closest. We're going to just release that because we don't need this piece right now. And we're going to put in a big old stone disc. There we go. Now I've put a power drop right below my lab table here, so I've got access to a bunch of this stuff. I'm just going to make sure that, yes, it's off. Okay. So that's that. That's piece number 1. The piece de resistance. That's a dive suit. And we're getting into the power tools, kids. Now the next piece that I'm going to be using after that is this sort of like grind tip piece here, which I can't even show you because it's so fucking small. But it's effectively got like a little drill tip to it, and is commonly used for doing detailing work, which is more or less what we're going to be doing here. Let's see if I can like get it up there. Oh yeah, it kind of focused on it there for a second. Okay, what if I like go like this? So it's like, this is the object that is in the front. There you go. So you can see it's got that little grinding tip to it, which has a lot of burnt plastic on it, but that's going to come right off the second we start using it again, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry none about that. Now we did get 3 sets of this hardware, so we're going to put those parts over there. We're going to put the large pieces there, and the small pieces right here. Scoring. Doc Nil, Power Tools 17. Yeah, it's like an engraver, kind of, yeah. Mostly used for like metals, plastics. I have a soldering iron, which has a bunch of attachments for burning wood. But we're not going to be using that because we want the edges to be sharp. We want them to be rough, coarse, little cuts and adjustments. And then, after that, then we're going to use the same Dremel to sort of grind out a piece of the tip. Like, open up the end of it so where the tube sits in, we'll have a little bit more room to sit in general. So, like, we're going to be going along with the Dremel around the inside of the smaller piece there, just so that the tube sits much more comfortably in that. This is assuming, of course, that this is not insanely loud, so be careful. It's probably going to get insanely loud. And then also, I got this just the other day with lovely funds made possible by people like you, and I haven't tried it yet. I'm so excited. Is a big fancy, like, industrial glue gun that came with, like, a nozzle on it. So it has this, like, fucking dope-ass, like, long detail nozzle. So I'm very, very excited to get into that and use that to our advantage, more or less. So we got that bit. And you know what? While we're here, why don't we get out the other little bit that we're going to need to grind out the inside of that stuff. Yeah, not that one. Because I have some of these which are like the cylinder things, but they got sandpaper attachments to them, which is bad because those will inevitably lose their grind after a bit. There we go. That's what I need. Boom. It's a cylinder head instead of a cone head. Cylinder head is going to give me a little more control on how deep I make the adjustment and the sort of the depth of the adjustment being uniform. So you can kind of see that it's just a little cylinder piece, and it's just a piece of stone effectively on the end of it. It's very well put together. So we've got that as well. All right, now before we get started doing that, we need, of course, our safety goggles, because I don't want to spray myself in the eyes with a million tiny pieces of molten PVC plastic as we go along with our scoring. Yes, safety. It's awesome. I need to get a new Dremel. My last one got swiped by an X. Oh, fuck. That fucking sucks, Tonberry. I would recommend getting the Dremel 3000. It's a little expensive, but it is put together. But actually, no, it just says Dremel 3000. It's not like a Mastercraft or a handyman tool. I've been using it for a long time, doing a lot of different tools, a lot of different mods and builds and adjustments with it, and it has been really good. Like, here's the thing with tools. You can spend a small amount of money extra in addition to what, like, if you get a tool that's normally like $20 and you spend like an extra $5, like that 25% like little increase there gives you a much higher quality tool. You'll not usually as much, depending on the brand, find that you're going to get like low quality tools with a brand name on them that are going to be really high cost, like you will in some other areas. Because tools are made to be used, and if they do shitty, then people aren't going to pay the extra cost. They're going to get a bad name or a bad reputation, and then they cease to exist. It's just one of those like sort of carry-on things. So, yeah, I would recommend, at the very least, if you are getting a tool like a Dremel or a hot glue gun or like screwdrivers or pliers or scissors, like go the extra little bit, spend the extra like 10, 15, 20 bucks on the tool, because it'll last you longer and it'll serve you better in the longer run. And that's right, always wear your personal protective equipment. Even though we're evil, safety first. And save the fucking random testing with plasma and not wearing safety equipment to guys like me. Alright, so we're going to go up to, let's say, 5. And you just like that. And see, it just makes like that scoring in it right there. That's what you're looking for. So this gets a little... And yeah, I just need a second camera, put my face in the corner. That's hot plastic, boy. Ooh, that smell. And that's what we want. That's what we want right there. It's just that series of scores along the unit. That's what we want. And it's just every couple inches. It doesn't need to be exact. You don't have to worry so much about the integrity of this unit. Even though it's holding the other two parts together, it's not super bad. Like, we're not losing a lot of structural integrity, rather, by making these small incisions. Alright, so we want to shut that off. I'm going to dust all the black bits of molten PVC off us here. Sounds like the dentist. Gloves? Yeah, I don't really have gloves. We're losing fingers, though. Here's the thing. I find that when I'm wearing safety gloves, at least with a smaller work like this, with the smaller tools like these, I can't feel the object that I'm working with as much, so I don't wear them because I need to be able to feel what I'm doing. I need that extra level of dexterity when I'm manipulating objects and I'm using things. That being said, if I'm using something larger or more dangerous than a Dremel, I absolutely will be wearing safety gloves. But with this, like, I'm not going to be able to, like, reasonably hurt myself with a Dremel on half power. If I run into my finger very briefly, like, it'll give me a little bit of a graze, but it's not gonna like cut my finger off or something like that. Like, it would take a lot more than this to cut my skin, at least in any way that would be, like, permanent or very serious. So we want to hold down that lock button so that it locks the chuck here, and then you grab that and you just open that right back up again. So we're going to take that out, and we're going to put in our next little device here, which is this fun little thing, this little engraver. All right, tighten that on there, And now we're going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to be going along the inside, just going out, right? We're just going to do little things along the inside here every now and then. So we're going to go back up to 5, I'm going to say. Like, just something so that it's not so perfectly smooth in there. There you go. There. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing here, but I want to be safe more than entertaining. At least when it comes to this. There we are. I'll show you what I'm doing after. Alright. Let's turn that off for a second, because hands are just covered in this. I'm terrified of it going through and just obliterating those things. No. I've been doing this a long time. I know what I'm doing, don't worry. As I've said like a million times and no one believed me, but whatever. Because oftentimes I'm like, I've been doing this a million times, and then I die whenever I'm playing games. But what you can see is kind of along the inside there, you can sort of, yeah, there you go. You can kind of see that I'm just going along and making scores up to that little halfway ring that's sort of built in there, and just making some damage, right? That's all I want to do. Well, yes, that was like, okay, understand that that was when I was building the atomic dismemberment array. That was like my first big build, and I learned a lesson there about like safety and being careful, and I haven't really been seriously hurt since then. And the fucking, like, meter doesn't count. The little meter that shocked me earlier doesn't really count. At least not in my books. That kind of stuff happens to me all the time. Happens to everybody. But pretty much this is why I didn't become an electrician. Is you deal with voltages that will abso-fucking-lutely kill you. If you make a mistake, it won't just tickle your fingers, it'll fucking blow your atoms apart, and super don't want to live with that. So not trusting other people, not to goof, because I take it a lot more seriously if I was working a job like that, but I know that if I started like doing anything of that sort, that like I would be relying on other people not to fuck up and kill me, and I don't trust people enough to do that. Dog likes his atoms exactly the way they are. Don't worry about it, Steve. It's the same man who put, gunpowder charges next to his heart. Oh, bish! He was fine. It wasn't even enough to, like, hurt. I mean, it just felt like I got punched in the chest. I had a bunch of, like, metal plating between me and the charge. It's fine. I appreciate that you are concerned. It is very sweet. Alright, so we want to do the same thing with these ones along the outside of this long edge here. Grab this like so, and oops. Don't have it against the table. He transmits that tone right into the mic. The mic is sitting right against the table. There. Boom. Bingo, bango, bongo. I'm going to need to vacuum in the lab later. This is a bit of a mess. Just going to move that. Probably don't put my slippers down here. I got my slippers. Doodle-doodle. Let me put those, excuse me, over there. I'll brush myself off. Good. And I'm wearing not even my good lab coat. Like, I've got my old one that's still got, like, a bunch of acid burns on the sleeve. Like, it's fine. I don't know what you guys are worried about. Lead a charmed life. But, here we go. We're just going to clean some of that out, and then we'll just wipe that onto the floor. Because that's what the lab is for. And we can vacuum that up later. Just want to get that out of the way, because I don't want the little ones to contaminate what I'm doing later. Yeah. Yes, Kara, acid burns concern. Why does it have acid burns right next to your hands? Because I was working with acid. I had gloves on, don't worry, because that stuff's actually dangerous. But some of it splashed onto the coat. And I had the gloves inside my sleeves as opposed to outside because I felt that was safer. And so it put a few holes of hydrochloric acid. It was in a big bath. I was trying to clean something. It wasn't disposing a body, don't worry. I would use muriatic acid if I was trying to dispose of a body. Well, not muriatic acid, what was it? God. Drawing a blank. Anyway, so now we got the little cylindrical thing. Concern. Let me see you next week. We're going to show you how Desert Eagle can't go through a phone book that we're holding and get all them YouTube views. Oh, God, quad. That is... I didn't take a bath in hydrochloric acid. I was using a bath of hydrochloric acid to clean instruments. Yeah. It's acid bath. It's a fun time. So now we got to kind of figure out how much we want to grind into this in order to let that piece sort of sit better in here. To clean my equipment. No, if I was disposing a body, it would have been in like a drum. And you put the body in the drum first, and then you pour the acid in after. Like, you don't put the body in the drum full of acid. It splashes everywhere, and then you get marks like this in your sleeve. That's crazy. Yeah, acid bath gets rid of all the dead skin and the living skin. There we go. So now we want to very carefully... just go along there. Go. Alright, so we've ground out a good portion of the inside here. I mean, at least we've definitely ground out some of it, so that's good. Now, is that gonna... Oh, it's very close. There's a couple spots there that are still sort of bad spots, as it were. I think I need something with a higher grain. Something that's thicker. So I might have to resort to one of these awful little bits. The bits. Because I am just not getting any purchase with this. Ooh, that's a little warm. Alright. I'm just gonna leave this out. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. Not tonight. Now close your eyes and get that ASMR, Doc. You got a root canal experience. Doc giving you a root canal. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Let's try this again. That's definitely better. And you want to be gentle as you go along. Sort of like firm but slow, you know? Find all the little bumps, all the little imperfections you've got there, and just kind of work them out. Ooh, that's hot plastic. Alright. A little bit of smoke there. Don't panic. That's normal. Woo! That's hot. There we go. There we go. Now look how safe I'm being. I'm not looking over to read comments while I do this. Applaud my safety. Alright. Boy, howdy, it's hot in here now. Wowee. Smells like burning plastic. Burn but slow, fellas. Oh, dude, don't even try to talk to me. I appreciate it, but you gotta turn the buzzing volume so freaking loud to hear you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can hear him flying, but I'm a bloody maniac. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, the myth is that the hydrofluoric acid could not only melt body, but it could also melt through a bathtub and then through the floor of a building. And that's what got busted. Yeah, the acid ate the body just fine. Yeah. Mythbusters did a thing about that on Breaking Bad. Yeah, that acid's not nearly as potent as they make it out to be. But I mean, he had a whole fucking tub of it. I don't know. So now, moment of truth. Yay! There we go. That's perfect. And that's exactly what we want, is we want the plastic, or the glass rather, to sit just ever so slightly now into the plastic. And then that way I can glue it into position and it'll be like nice and firm in there. So it'll be nice, fellas, nice and firm, fellas. Doc, I DM'd you a link for aesthetic gloves that could actually work for you. Thin but effective, less than $10. I can't check my DMs because I'm currently on my editing computer instead of my other one, so I don't have the ability to check my DMs right now. Not without closing my streaming software. Super fun. Alright, so we're going to construct one of these, and then I'm going to call it a stream at that point, because Saffron is here, and she brought a bunch of tiny kittens with her, and we're all going to see some kittens for the end of the stream. You guys want to see some kittens? I can feel a cacophonous yelling and cheering for yes, but I just want to make double plus sure that y'all want to see some kittens. I'm gonna like lay down like a blanket here in the lab and then put them on the thing. Yeah, that's right, kittens. I said kittens like 7 times. All right, so let's get this bad boy out here. Boom. See that new dick in town. Got to get that new dick. I'd have music playing, but I'm not allowed. If we did, then I'd get fucking copywritten, and my stream would get, like, shit all over if I was playing fucking Honeybee. Shit like that. Pull the trigger to turn it on. Yeah, I did. It's on high. Yeah, it's definitely on. That's, like, right... With the extended tip, it gets, like, right down to the thing. That's not very good design. Man, after I'm done making stuff, I'm gonna need to clean the shit out of this lab. Also, so I'm thinking, because like when I get the parts tomorrow, if this doesn't work, if these don't work, then I'm going to just focus on building the plasma rifle instead, and I'll see if I can't solve this problem with the other parts like later. Alright, so is this getting warm? I can't tell because my hands... My hands are really warm right now. From using the power tools and everything, my hands are really hot. Oh yeah, that's on. Okay, good. Now, they put like a big old piece of rubber plastic on the end here to protect the tip, so I hope that it's normal that's supposed to be there. Big old hopes and dreams. So yeah, that's gonna go there. This is gonna go like this, and then we're gonna have like a singular continuum piece. It's gonna be great. Take these little stickers off in the meantime. Yeah, Saffy and Kittens is going to be here. I might take like the webcam that I've got off of its current mooring, because I basically got it like taped to the pegboard that's behind me. So I'm sorry about that. I just basically taped it to the pegboard. Oh, we're getting a little action. Let's just keep feeding it in, because we got like smoke coming out the tip of it as like the glue makes its way down here for the first time, because this gun has not been used yet. Whoa, there we go. There's a little bit. Boop. Perfect. Let's get this other sticker off, and then let's assemble the parts. I swear to God, if these things only work off of AC power, I'm gonna be mad. Like, if that's the thing, if I have to build an inverter into it, I'm gonna fucking lose my temper. Got to find ones that run on goddamn AC power. Or build a fucking inverter somewhere into the circuit, which is gonna lose power. Fucking horse waddle. Alright. Yeah. Cool. I like how the tip on that... Yeah, I know, right? Yeah? You like that? It's like a long metal tip. I like it. Just the tip. Alright. So, first things first, we're going to build the base. We're just going to go along here. Hands are a little shaky now from using the thing. But this is okay. I also get a lot more precision off of using a unit like this. Just lay that down, and then we insert. There. So now, there is a bit of space, as you can notice, there's a little bit of space between the pipe, like the smaller pipe and the larger pipe. So we take the hot glue gun like so, and we're just going to go along there. Alright, we're just going to go right along there. There we go. Bam. Now, any of the glue that gets on the outside, we can just rub that right off. I've been burned so many times by hot glue, like it doesn't, the temperature doesn't even bother me anymore. Then we take the top piece. God, there's still so much in here. How? I'm kind of wiping this stuff out like all the live long day, and then it's just there, just like a fucking billion tiny little things. God, this place is gonna be a mess. And then we go along here, just like this. Now we want to put in a lot on this side. Oop, and we're out of the stick. Reload. There we go. We want to go along here. We want to put in a lot. Now, why do we want to put in a lot? Because we don't want there to be a lot of pockets between the two parts. There we go. Good, good. So we got like a lot in there. Yep, and we're just gonna stick that right on top. Boom. And there we have it. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. One singular piece. Once that cools, that ain't going nowhere. We're just gonna unplug the hot glue gun now so we don't forget to do it later. Just pick up all the little glue globs all over the lab table. Alright. And then we can bring in the kitties in a second. I don't think it's working, my guys and mom. Steve. Yeah, cool laser gun. What did it cost? Looks at mangled fingers. Everything. Perfectly balanced. Just clean that right up. There we go. And then we bring in like the little towel and we put it down and we get the kitties. And I'm sorry, there's not going to be much going on. Yeah, no, technically these would be the Mark 6s. I labeled the video wrong. I'm sorry about that. I labeled it wrong, and these are the Mark 6s. Well, yes, I like working with a long tip. You have no idea. It's completely been sex jokes for love of the practical tools. Oh, man. But yeah, I can't put music on in the background that's not, like, royalty free, or else I'll get fucking content struck, and my channel will get, like, shut down or muted or some shit. So I have to just not have music right now. Now, deep on the inside, I don't know if you can see very well, but there is a bit of leakage with the hot glue, and that is actually okay. Because not only do we not need a lot of the real estate that's going through there, but we also don't, like, so it doesn't matter, but if the glue also sort of, like, seeps out and then runs down the inside, it'll hold it together better. So, like, really that's working in our advantage. And then, boom, we just pop that in there. And I'm going to use, like, a different kind of glue specifically for the glass. I've got this stuff, which I used to get from, God, what's that place? Fabricland, but I don't know what they have now. But it's a stuff called Quick Grip, which was wrapped up in another thing called flip-flop glue. This is just like your standard super glue. It's a bioadhesive, and it works on, it's waterproof. It works on plastics and metals and ceramics, woods, fingers, the whole bag. The whole bag. But yeah, so I'm going to run a bit of that around the inside of the thing, and then I'm just going to attach it like that when it's ready to be set in. Now, this is going to be what the tubes look like attached to the gloves now. So that's what it's going to look like. It's very exciting. So, ta-da. And then we're gonna moor 3 of them into the gloves. So there's gonna be one that sits here, there's gonna be one that sits back here, and then there's gonna be one that sits back here. And they're quite large, you might think, for like the size of the unit, and you would be correct. Worst case scenario, I know I can get white PVC piping in the same size and configuration as my previous gloves, and then I can just like grind a few parts into them so that they fit better on my arms, so that I can like actually bend my hands and whatnot. And then my hands that come out the end of the gloves, I got these little bad boys. Bam. These are neoprene 3mm diving gloves. Go on like so. Very nice. And they can be... These are going to be really handy because I can put the armor pieces on the outsides of these gloves here, and they still give me enough like flexibility to work, and if they get wet, they're fine, and they breathe a little bit, which is nice, and it's objectively better than using the fucking... What is it? The welding gloves that I've been using for like every other iteration of gloves that I've had so far. Just like to get booked all plasma ball butt plugs, just saying that we're all thinking, just saying what we're all thinking. Oh, this plasma ball. Yeah, that, who, you know what? I've seen porn. There's people what can do it. So yeah, that just fits in there, boop, just right like that. And then what's nice is that if you look at the bottom, you can see the connector's got like a little bit of room before it's at the bottom, so that when I attach the circuitry and everything to the bottom of this, and like solder in the wire and everything like that and seal it on, then these are basically just like interchangeable things that I could like attach to a glove and or take out should I need to do so. I mean, they have PVC that's in white now. They do white PVC, and I was like, I could have my whole armor looking really awesome in white. And then, like, these parts don't come in white, but like the large parts, the ABS parts that I had for my arm pieces are now in white at the hardware store, and I thought, if these aren't large enough / don't work out, then I can always just use the white PVC for the arms and use the rest of the armor that I have for the rest of the armor. So it'll be nice. I'm gonna try to make this work, but if it doesn't, then I have options, right? You underestimate my game. Fucking hell. Steve. A sentence I didn't think I was gonna scream today. Fuck. Alright. No, it turns out well, I mean, I don't know if it is where you're from, but like PVC piping, this is standard PVC, this stuff here. CPVC, so chlorinated PVC, is the stuff that you'll get that's white. It's by and large just as durable, but it's a bit more rigid, and there tends to be like little air pockets in the actual material itself, making it a bit lighter. And so in terms of its weight, it's a bit lighter. But yeah, you can get like CPVC is good for plumbing. You'll see it for like small scale pipes and then fucking huge pipes. But all the shit that's in the middle in between, sizes like this, usually come in black. So anyways, I'm gonna come back with cats. Chill. I don't have a thing to cut to, sorry. Bring the kittens. Please be very careful. Just gonna put this just like that. There we go. We're gonna move this hot glue gun. Oh, that's still very hot. Wow, that really holds that temperature. I'm gonna put that over there. And yes, you guys, I'll do some photos and put it on Instagram.
I have a...
You just put them in a bag?
It's a blanket?
It's a little sack of cats.
A blanket?
Bring me the pussy sack. Alright. Here we go.
I don't know where your camera is, but...
It's right there.
Oh.
There we go, everybody. Say hello.
Yay!
It's all these cute little kitties.
Oh, this is Superman.
That's Superman. And this is...
Wonder
Woman. And this is Flash, because he's chubby.
Yeah.
And there's Batman.
Batman.
Look at this.
Those are good boys. And girls. Well, Wonder Woman's a girl.
Wonder Woman's the only girl here. And then they got 3 little boys. Don't lick that. That's ionized. Don't. Oh, look at these little beans. They're so soft. That's right, everybody. This is the content you all want.
Yeah.
This is what you're all here for.
Yeah, that's what I
Just these perfect little cats. These sweet little fur beans. No, don't climb this way. That's a cliff.
Whoops.
Here, I'll scooch in to make like a wall. Oh, that one sneezed! Did you see the little sneeze? Oh, little kittens.
Sweet babies. Sappy. Oh, hi, Tom Berry. Hi, everyone.
Guys.
Christ above, my fucking heart just detonated. Clip it, nerds.
We're gonna do a crafting stream, and then we're gonna have kittens at the end. And
Yeah.
this is where we're gonna get all our views. There's the kittens.
So, I foster with the Burlington Humane Society.
Could you take these goggles off my head?
Goggle,
They're about to
yeah.
fall. There we go. Thank you so much.
And I specialize in fostering the neonates, the orphaned neonates. So these guys are 3 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the orange one, Superman, is 2 weeks old.
Yes,
The rest are 3
we
weeks old.
believe is from a different litter.
Yeah. And so we bottle feed them and help them go to the bathroom and give them a bath. And next week they should learn to use the litter box,
Mm-hmm.
which every parent's dream is to have their children
Potty
be
trained.
potty trained.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if you fall in love with some of them and you want to adopt them, when they're 8 weeks old, they'll be up for adoption at the Burlington Humane Society in Ontario.
Yep. And what's really extra cute is if you get all these cute little kitties, as they all pile on poor Superman. Hey, look, guys, it's a cat version of the Justice League movie. They're all just attacking Superman at the same time.
Batman is actually the worst one for attacking Superman, which I think is pretty funny.
which is pretty on brand.
Yeah.
They'll just mews. They roll over. Yeah. Because they are got from such a young age and bottle fed by humans, they learn to sort of pack bond with humans a bit more. They become much more cuddly and much more polite as cats. So it's very cute.
Yes, hi. Hi.
Oh, Superman. Here, there. Hello,
Yeah.
all of you lovely little kittens.
They
Anyways,
think that hands are their parents.
yeah.
So they see dogs' hands and they're like, "Oh, you're here to love me," and they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
They get all excited. They were sleeping, but then they see hands and then they get excited.
they get excited and they want to do stuff. So yes, we are going to take some photos with these little guys after and put them on Instagram.
Not surprise. What's his name? Ninja with the soul patch.
Yeah,
He already took one photo with one kitten, and it's got like
like a billion likes.
Yeah. And everyone's like, "Where are the kittens? Did you get a kitten? What's happening?"
Where's the pizza? Oh, come here.
Yeah,
little girl.
Ninja with the soul patch is in love with the boo boos.
Where's my boy? My boy is my child. So
He's
yes.
bonded pretty quickly with Flash.
Oh, the little tubby one.
Yeah, yeah.
The little fat one. So anyways, thank you everybody so much for coming out to our stream. Cats are better than people, that's right. This is going to be a good time, but thank you so much everyone for coming out. Can't run the credits today because the stream deck didn't get moved over, but you get kittens now.
Yay!
So yay! You get little kittens. Yeah, oh my god, that one's a That one's a squeaker. Behold,
A handful of kitten.
this is one handful of cat. Oh, Superman just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? Just like face down, just
Clark.
Probably.
That was for charity.
Clark. Oh, and they're giving me little kisses. This is adorable.
Yeah, they don't have teeth.
They don't have teeth, so they just give me little nibbles
Hey, sweet
on my
Yeah.
hand. This is so fucking great.
Oh,
Oh my god.
hi, Tomberry.
Anyways,
Bye.
so thank you. I can't, like, fuck.
I can't.
Oh god. So thanks everybody for coming on out. This has been our wonderful stream. We got some work done, and we saw some kittens. This has been really cool. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be doing another creator stream. Either we're gonna be working on the plasma rifle or finishing up the gloves. We'll see what's up. And until then, you guys take it easy. I will see you next time. Love you a whole bunch.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh god. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
There's your boy.
Hi. Hey, sweetheart.
Steve. He's like, fuck.
He's stop mewing because he's me.
What is all over your floor?
Oh, no.
Well, I guess you were working.
I'm taking my son.
Stop.
taking my son.
God, Batman, you're so bad for this.
He is. He really is. I don't.
Superman needs another bath.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's
We'll do it right now.
wrap y'all in there.
Batman's fault.
Yep. I'll wash my hands again. And then we'll do some pictures. Oh my god. Ooh.
Oh, God. What a cutie. I know. You are so dramatic. This is nothing. This is nothing. Hush, 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 hush. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. Okay. All right. That was a real nice image of you coming out with like your goggles and everything on, just being like, bring the kitten.
Bring the kittens.
I'm dying.